In this video, we will talk about a new feature in Nerdio Manager for Enterprise called Azure API Limit Booster. For those of you managing large AVD deployments with many hundreds or thousands of VMs are probably aware that Azure has several different API limits that are imposed across different levels of the Azure control plane. There are some API limits at the ARM, the Azure Resource Manager level. There are some limits at the resource provider level. And what that practically means is that the number of VMs that you can effectively manage through a platform like Nerdio or through the Azure portal itself is limited by how many API calls it can make to do certain actions within a period of time. Now, the thing to keep in mind is if you split your VMs across multiple subscriptions, you can actually increase the number of API calls because each subscription in Azure gets its own set of API limits. And also, if you increase the number of client applications making the API requests, you can increase the number of calls that are available before limits are reached. And this is how the Nerdio Azure API Limit Booster works. The way you activate it is by going to the Azure environment under Settings in Nerdio Manager and opening up this Azure API Limit Booster option within the subscriptions tile. What you see here is you see a list of all the various subscriptions, of all the various applications that are linked, and you can choose which application is linked to which subscription. So the concept here is pretty straightforward. You can create any number of app registrations. Nerdio Manager, when you link them, will verify that they have the right set of role-based controls assigned or the right roles assigned to them and have the right permissions. And then you can choose which subscriptions to link the specific app registrations to. So a single subscription can have multiple app IDs or app registrations linked to it. And when Nerdio Manager will make API calls, it will evenly distribute the API calls across as many app registrations as you link to that particular subscription where the resource resides that the API call is going to be affecting. So effectively what that does is it increases the limit by letting you scale out horizontally by adding more and more API app registrations and then load balancing those app registrations across different, and then balancing the API calls across the different app registrations. So this is going to be really useful for environments that have many thousands of VMs, and instead of having to split them up across multiple subscriptions and worry about networking, you're going to be able to use the same subscription and multiple app registrations to split those API calls across multiple app registrations. I hope you found this useful, and I look forward to seeing you in future videos.